Welcome to What's Your Story? I'm your host, Sherita Williams, and today my guest is from Pennsylvania. Her name is Tabitha Collins. She will be a new guest for our 2022 host for her show will be called In the Spotlight. Her show will air on Thursday at 6 p.m., which is right before my show, What's Your Story? So please help me welcome Tabitha Collins to the show. Tabitha, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Thank you for having me on today.
Tabitha, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So let's see. So I was born and raised in Reading, Pennsylvania, which is right outside of Philadelphia. 35 years, born and raised, reared in the Pennsylvania school system, and worked and lived there. And then I moved to Chicago for 4 years. I wanted to try something different. My grandparents had actually raised me and my brother. And when my grandfather passed, I was just, in a place where I was like, okay, now's the time to make that transition. So I transitioned to Chicago, Illinois, where I was for 4 years. And I got married and had children. And then we decided that we didn't want to raise our kids in Chicago. And we wound up here in Charlotte in 2008. So I've been here ever since. So that is that background. I have a bachelor's degree in sociology with a concentration in criminal justice. I'm currently enrolled in a master's program with Liberty University for communications, where my passion and heart lies, and where I hope to continue as far as my future career and endeavors are concerned. And I'm gainfully employed right now with the state of North Carolina, and I'm happy to be on the show again. Thank you so much for having me. Oh, and I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So shout out to
So
them.
I understand you are a member of Zeta Phi
Yeah.
Beta Incorporate. So is that how your community involvement started, or did it start before then?
It started way before then. Sometimes I have to come on and tell my story. I think I started in 1995 with just volunteering at Christian crisis pregnancy centers, and just being involved with my church and outreach. And I have a heart for missions and serving and helping the community. So I'm going to say it started way before sorority life. And then being a part of sorority life, um, you have no, our cardinal what principles are to serve. So that just continued with that and what I do in my daily career as well.
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
who would you say inspired you the most to be in communication or to be involved in the community?
Um, I'm gonna say, of course, my grandparents serve as my backdrop of motivation for just about everything. They instilled in my brother and I as far as our morals and the person that we end up being. However, I feel like as far as the community is concerned, I'm gonna give it that credit to my former pastor in Pennsylvania. I think that she reared me for service. So I'm going to give that to Pastor Carolyn Dean as being my motivation. And I hope to have her on at some point this year as well. She has an amazing women's ministry, this national and international. So I think that she would be a great person to have on the show at some point to shine a light on her in my upcoming show, which is In the Spotlight. But I'm going to have to give that to her. Mhm.
Okay, that sounds great. So in your show, In the Spotlight, which will air this fall in our 2022 season, how did you come up with the name In the Spotlight?
I am always trying to make sure that what I do honors my moral values and God. And I felt like this was the time. The pandemic has weighed on all of us heavily. And I think that this is a great season for all of us to, to reach our goals and dreams and aspirations, because, none of us know the day, the time, or the hour. So I think that and Spotlight was birthed out of something that was always there, a passion that was always there. And I stand on the scripture about letting your light shine so men can see your works. That's paraphrasing. I don't have it in front of me, but that's why it's in the spotlight. We're shining the light on, positive things going on in the community, positive influences and outreach and community-based organizations and small business and religious organizations and things of that nature. So we're shining a positive light on the people and places that could be on.
Absolutely. So Tabitha, what our viewers don't know that you're not new to communication. You also have a podcast. So tell us a little bit about your podcast.
The podcast is a little bit different. The podcast is just kind of like my personal uh, obsession, love for music, right? So I have a Facebook podcast that I do broadcast live on Facebook when I have a guest, and that is um, focused on music and the histology of music and the artists that made it great. So we cover all eras and genres of music. And I've had people on that are singers, have been in groups, record producers. My first show here in January of 2022, I have a DJ that has gone off into voiceover and commercials and working for different areas and music companies in the music industry. So that's a whole different vibe there. That's a whole vibe there. I love it. I love it. But definitely a lover of music, and that is what the podcast on Facebook is about, and that's called Tabitha's Spotlight Features. So it's a little different twist to it, but yet the same basis.
So how can we watch the podcast?
I have a link, and I'll share all of my handles with everyone. But you can just go on to Facebook and look up Tabitha's in the Spotlight, and you should be able to locate me right up under my name.
Okay. Well, Tabitha, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We're going to listen to a brief commercial from our sponsors, and we'll be right back after this.
80% of women will develop a pelvic health condition at some point in their lives. There is relief. There is hope. The Pelvic Floor Store, your resource for personal health.
Welcome, and we're back with our host, Tabitha Collins. She will be a new broadcaster for our 2022 season. Her show will be called In the Spotlight. Tabitha, welcome back.
Thank you.
Tabitha, our theme for 2022 is going to be I'm Trying. One of the mission for WYTV7 is to educate, empower, and encourage. So in 2022, which one of those things will you be trying to do, or will you be trying them all?
I might be trying them all, but definitely it is to encourage and empower. I hope to bring on guests that are empowering and putting a charge out to community to know better. Once they know better, to do better. And so definitely going to empower and charge, send out the charge for people to try to put forth their best effort in serving in our community.
So will you be having some of your musical guests on there as well? Because I know you have a spin on music on Facebook, but on our show, will you be, because music is uplifting. So will you be having some of your music guests on as well?
Well, a sneak peek, one of our guests will be, at some point of the year, will be Bishop Gary Oliver out of Fort Worth, Texas. And Bishop Oliver has a church, but he has also been a renowned praise and worship leader for as far as it back as the 80s and the 90s go, with Donnie McKirkland and Carmen and so many other, Clint Brown that he's worked with, Cheryl Brady. So that would kind of be kind of the thing where my podcast on Facebook and my TV show here mirror each other. So he can speak to both. He can speak to uplift and music as well as empowering people for Christ and community service and everything that his church is trying to reach in the community as far as the goings on there in Fort Worth, Texas. So I might have some musical guests on that can meet both needs, but definitely power players in the community that are going to empower people to get out and serve and uplift their community.
So we would definitely be looking forward to hearing his story on your show this season, which I think that is a great platform to get started on. So Tabitha, being, like I said, being in communication, we cover so many things, and tell our viewers who will you be looking for and how can they contact you to be on your show.
So I do have a telephone number. I have to forgive me, I don't know it by heart, but
No worries.
I do have a telephone number and an email that if they would like to reach out to me and they would like to be on in the spotlight, they can just basically give me a call at area code 980-907-3136. And my email handle for the show, if they have anyone that they know that would like to be in the spotlight, or they have someone that they like to share with me, they can reach me at Tabitha, that's Tabatha Spotlight. So that's all together. So it's Tabitha Spotlight at gmail.com. And those are the two ways that they can reach me. And of course, they can just look me up on Facebook under Tabitha Collins, and they should find me as well.
So Tabitha, tell us, what can we expect for you in the 2022 season? What kind of spin will you bring? I know that you got your music, you're going to be spotlighting people, but what will you be zooming in most, you think? Will it be, and I know we talked about encouragement, we talked about empowerment, but what will be unique about your show?
I think that what will be unique about my show is how I try to find guests that will hit all of our principles that WYTV has charged us with for 2022, and how all of them will come together and mirror the vision of our station. So I think that that's going to be my spin, to try to tap into a little bit of everything and everybody, but yet it all come together to follow through and follow under the vision of the station, as well as my own personal vision for the show.
Well, Tabitha, we're excited to have you come and be a part of our broadcast. Our broadcasts are excited, and I know our viewers are expecting something great. We know that you're going to be great, a great addition to WYTV7. And if anyone is interested in being on her show, they can go to your email or call you, but they can also go to WYTV7.org and go on your page in the spotlight and reach you there. Tabitha, I want to thank you
so
for
much.
coming part, just introducing yourself. And basically, this is what this broadcast was about today, to let our viewers know what to come, what to expect. And we're so excited to have you a part, and we expect great things. We know that Jeremiah 29:11 is a part of who you are, that God has plans for your life. And that is also a scripture of mine, Jeremiah 29:11. So we know that God has big plans for us now and for our future. So Tabitha Collins, I want to thank you, and I look forward to your show In the Spotlight Thursday at 7 p.m. And Tabitha, what would you like to leave with our viewers today? Tell us one thing that you would like to leave, one encouraging thing that you would like to say to our viewers to get them excited about your show.
Well, thank you for having me on, Dr. Williams. I really appreciate the time that you gave me today to kind of lay out my platform, so to speak. Um, I just want to just encourage everyone that, it's never too late. I think that we all, get caught up in society and the norms. And I think that we have to realize, especially over these last 2 years of living through a pandemic, that, my great commission is I stand on Jeremiah 29:11, but also realize no matter how old you are, no matter what race, creed, color, or background that you come from, that I like to leave with them that it's not too late to birth that vision and dream and go for your goals and aspirations. And I just encourage everyone, charge everyone to just check me out at least once. Check the show out. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see different. And I look forward to bringing that to everyone locally, nationally, and globally. Go globally. How to get that out. So thank you so much again for having me on.
Well, again, we're so excited to have you be a part of WYTV7, where our mission is to encourage, empower, and educate our viewers. We've been successful for the last 7 years, and you will be our closeout. And we want to wish everybody a happy holidays. And if you have enjoyed our shows throughout the years and enjoyed having WYTV7 be a part of your daily, monthly routine, please reach out to WYTV7 and give a donation. Last Tuesday was Giving Tuesday. Well, last month was Giving Tuesday, and we would like to continue being a part, giving back to the community. And in order for us to give back to community, we rely on donations from everyone. So please go on our website to wytv7.org and give a donation. Give a donation today. Make us a part of your monthly donation. We would like to thank you again, Tabitha Collins, in the spotlight. We're excited to have you on for our 2022 season. And I would like to thank you for tuning in to me each week on What's Your Story. So if you have a story and you would like to get it out, you can go to my website. It's Sherita Williams 154 at gmail.com, or you can go to wytv7.org, where you can reach myself, and you can also reach our new host, Tabitha Collins, on In the Spotlight. So Tabitha, again, we look forward to you, and we look forward to what you are trying to do in the future, which will be our platform for 2022. So again, I'm Sherita Williams, your host, and I would like to thank you. Happy holidays. And we look forward to seeing you in our 2022 season on WYTV7, What's Your Story? Thank you again.
Thank you.